Friends, at the beginning of the story, we see a beautiful girl named Jaime. Jaime is a high school student and is quite good at her studies. She has a boyfriend named Dany, who is in her class. They both love each other very much, and their relationship is going very well. Meanwhile, a new teacher named Molly joins their school. Today was Molly's first day at school, so the principal was showing her around the school. Molly's eyes fall on Dany playing on the ground. She becomes attracted to him. Dany also notices him, but then ignores her. We then see Jaime and Dany together. It's been a full year since they've been in a relationship, so they're both very excited to celebrate. After school, Jaime returns home. But we see that the atmosphere at Jaime's home is not good. Jaime's father was fired from his job and stayed at home. This forced Jaime's mother to work more at the office. This led to frequent fights between Jaime's parents, and their financial situation was also deteriorating. Seeing this, Jaime becomes very upset and doesn't even want to return home. Jaime then goes to Dany's house, where they get intimate. The next day, their new teacher, Molly, has a class. Molly's attention is focused solely on Dany. After the class ends, Molly tells Dany, "You're very weak in your studies. That's why I want to give you extra classes." Dany agrees, because his parents wanted him to get good grades so he can get into a good college. Then, after school is over, Molly starts taking Dany's extra class alone. Through conversation, she learns that Dany has a girlfriend. After class, Molly tells him to come to the extra class tomorrow as well. However, Dany refuses because he was going on a date with Jaime the following day. Molly feels very bad about this. However, she still gets his number under the pretext of helping him with his studies. After returning home, Molly keeps looking at Dany's photo. She has become obsessed with Dany and thinks about him all the time. She also wants to separate Jaime from Dany by any means necessary. Therefore, she begins trying to get closer to Dany so that she can control him. From the next day, Molly begins paying more attention to Dany in class and helping him with his studies in every way. She also tells him the test questions in advance so Dany can top the test. But on the other hand, she deliberately fails Jaime's test. Jaime is shocked and immediately asks Molly about it. Molly tells him that if he wants, he can retake the test tomorrow. In fact, Molly did this to keep him busy studying and avoid going on a date with Dany that evening. Jaime then goes to meet Dany and tells him that they'll have to cancel their date this evening because he needs to study for tomorrow's test. Hearing this, Dany becomes sad and leaves, having been waiting for this day for months. A little while later, as Dany is leaving school, Molly approaches him and, upon learning that he's free tonight, asks him to go out to dinner with her. Dany, also beginning to feel attracted to Molly, agrees. Later that night, they go to a restaurant for dinner. Molly asks Dany about his relationship. Dany is a little hesitant to talk about it, but when Molly insists, he tells her that he's only been intimate with Jaime once or twice, as Jaime always makes excuses to avoid it. Just then, Dany receives a call from Jaime, but he hangs up because he's enjoying talking to Molly more. After dinner, as they get into the car to go home, Molly tries to get close to him, but Dany somehow manages to control himself and goes home without doing anything. The next day, at school, Jaime asks Dany, "Where were you last night?" Dany lies, saying, "I was with a friend." Jaime is deeply offended by this, as he had asked all of Dany's friends about her the previous night. Later that night, while Jaime and Dany are at a party at a friend's house, Dany seizes the opportunity and kisses her and takes her into a room. He lays her down on a bed and tries to get intimate with her. However, Jaime stops him, as she, too, isn't in the mood for it. This doesn't sit well with Dany, and he leaves. He's starting to miss Molly when he receives a message from her. She's inviting him to her house to fix her car. Dany immediately arrives, where Molly asks him to fix her car, which she had intentionally damaged. Later, while repairing the car, Dany's hands get dirty. So Molly takes him to her room to clean them and starts wiping them herself with a cloth. During this, he slowly begins to get closer to her. This time, Dany loses control and grabs Molly and starts kissing her. But then, Dany feels it's all wrong and stops. Molly tells him not to worry. No one will find out. They get closer and get intimate right there. Later, when Dany returns home, he finds Jaime outside his house, who is very drunk. She asks Dany, "Are you cheating on me?" Dany replies, "No, it's nothing like that." But then, Jaime angrily gets into her car and leaves. The next day, Jaime gets low marks on another test, which makes her upset about what's happening to her. She tells her friend about this, saying that Molly might be taking out her grudge on her. Meanwhile, Dany wasn't interacting with Jaime very well and had started ignoring her. Later, while Molly was taking Dany's extra class, Jaime came over to talk to Molly. But then, she saw Molly and Dany together, touching each other intermittently. This made Jaime suspect something was going on between them. So, Jaime decided to keep an eye on Dany. After school, she saw Dany leaving in his car, so she followed him. When Dany arrived at Molly's house, Jaime followed him. After Dany went inside, Jaime peeked through Molly's window and saw Dany and Molly kissing. Jaime is shocked and starts crying. Meanwhile, Dany sees her too. But then Jaime drives off. Dany follows her, but Molly tries to stop him. However, Dany still comes to Jaime and apologizes, saying, "Please don't tell anyone about this. If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. I promise I'll never do this again." Now, because Jaime loves Dany deeply, she forgives him. Later that night, while Dany is at home, he receives several messages from Molly, but he ignores them. This angers Molly. The next day, when Dany ignores Molly at school, she realizes Jaime has found out about them. So, she passes Jaime's last 2 tests so he won't tell anyone about them. But Jaime speaks rudely to him, saying, "I won't forgive you so easily." Later, as Jaime is returning home after school, Dany approaches her and says, "I'll meet Molly today, finish everything, and come back to you." Jaime is delighted. Later that night, Dany calls Molly and invites her to meet him. When she goes to meet him, Dany tells her that he wants to end it all. Molly, however, isn't ready for this. She tries to reason with him, but Dany tells her clearly that he only loves Jaime. After saying this, he leaves. Molly, furious, remembers something her stepmother said, "No one will love you." When Molly was young, her stepmother treated her unfairly and taunted her, saying, "No one will ever love you." Angered by this, Molly kills her mother, and has since become a bit psychotic. Unable to bear the rejection, when she sees Dany leaving her, she runs him over with her car. She then drives her car to Jaime's house and secretly smears Dany's blood on the front of his car to make the police believe Jaime killed him. She also places Dany's phone inside Jaime's car and leaves. Molly then goes to see a movie and keeps the ticket so that if the police question her, she can pretend she was watching it. Then the garage owner notices some blood stains, which Molly hadn't noticed. He realizes Molly has hit someone with her car. Molly then offers him a substantial sum of money to keep quiet. But a girl working at the garage witnesses this. The police also find Dany's body. 2 detectives then begin investigating his death. Jaime's family also learns of his death, leaving Jaime deeply saddened. The police call Jaime to the police station for questioning. The detectives ask Jaime a variety of questions. Jaime explains, "I suspect my teacher, Molly, because she was having an affair with Dany and she forbade me from telling anyone about it. But yesterday, Dany told me he was going to meet with Molly and end everything." The detectives then go to Molly's house and tell her, "We learned from Jaime that you and Dany were having an affair, and he even came to visit you last night." Molly says that Dany was her student and there was nothing going on between them. She then shows them her movie tickets and says that she went to the movies last night. She tells them that Jaime doesn't like her, so maybe she's trying to frame her. It's also possible that she killed Dany, because she heard their relationship had been rocky for quite some time. Now the detectives think Molly might be telling the truth. They go to Jaime's house and search it. They find blood on the front of Jaime's car and Dany's phone inside. This proves that Jaime was the one who killed Dany. So the police arrest Jaime. Jaime repeatedly tells them that he didn't do anything like that, but he still has to spend a day in jail. Jaime's mom and dad arrive and rescue her. Jaime tells her mother that she's being framed and that Molly could be the culprit. Now that Jaime has been placed under house arrest, her mother decides to keep an eye on Molly to find evidence against her. Jaime's mother then goes to her school and secretly steals her car keys from her bag. While searching her car, she discovers a garage where Molly had gone. Jaime's mother then goes straight to the garage and asks the owner about Molly. The garage owner tells her that a girl named Molly has never been there. Hearing this, Jaime's mother becomes saddened and starts to leave. But then, the garage worker, who had overheard Molly and the man's conversation, tells her that Molly had come in that day to have the front of her car repaired, for which she had paid a lot of money to her boss. Jaime's mother then tells her to tell the police. But the girl says that if she does that, her boss will fire her. Jaime's mother comes home and tells her husband everything. Jaime overhears this and decides to go to Molly's house. But her mother forbids her from doing so, saying that she should stay home because she has a tracker on her leg, and if she leaves the house, the police will immediately arrest her. Jaime agrees for now. But at night, after her parents go to sleep, she secretly takes her car and goes to Molly's house alone. She turns on a voice recording on her mobile phone to provoke Molly into revealing the truth. After this, she goes to Molly's house and tells her that she killed Dany. But Molly immediately realizes she's recording their conversation. So, she breaks his phone. Jaime tells Molly that Dany left her because he didn't love her. She also begins abusing her, and Molly confesses, "I killed Dany because he wanted to leave me and go to you." She then picks up a knife to stab him too. But before she can kill him, detectives arrive and stop Molly. They had arrived by tracking a device attached to Jaime's leg, which had also overheard Molly's conversations, as the device was also recording their conversations. Molly tries to escape, but the police arrest her. She is then sent to jail, and Jaime is released. Then, a few months later, we see Jaime, having been accepted into a good college, excited to start a new life. And that's where the story ends.